Yes, I'd like to say particularly to Monem and to Ashish this night, welcome to a warm night in Calabar. And of course to Prof. Maddock and to Victor, Mark Victor, and of course Apia and Katuville. This night, I hope that I will get you up to the dance floor. Tonight, we want to show you how we dance in Calabar. And so tonight, I insist that everybody, Charlie, everybody will dance. Yes. It is pleasing to see everyone, but we must say welcome properly, because we are indeed not just a company, but we're in a state where people like to say welcome and receive you and make you relax. And to do this, I'd like to invite, as we say in Nigeria, an oga at the top. I'd like to invite the chairperson of the board of directors of Thistle Practice. Please join me and welcome the one and only Mrs. Audrey Jo Ezigbo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think that I have His Excellency's mandate to once again welcome you all to Africa's warmest welcome. And so, because we have to stand on the protocols, allow me to start, though she's not here with us yet, but I would like to recognize Her Excellency, Mrs. Obioma Lielimoke, the wife of the Executive Governor of Cross River State, Honorable John Owan Eno of the National Assembly, who is here with a full complement of his committee members from the Appropriation Committee of the National Assembly. You're welcome. Ambassador John Keshi of the Braced Commission, who is also here with his colleagues. Members of the executive of the Cross River State Government here present. A very amiable key speaker, Mr. Shish Taka. Our sponsors, Diamond Bank, who are responsible for this dinner. Our lead discussant, all our speakers, and of course, a lady who I work for. She's the CEO and lead consultant of Thistle Praxis, conveners of the AR-CSR, Mrs. Ini Onuk, members of the board of directors of TPC, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the AR-CSR 2013 dinner. Earlier today, Basoj had shared a joke with some of us about his son, who told a joke about going to the sun, and how he asked him how he planned to achieve that, and he said they would go at night. Thinking about it, I just wonder if he was thinking about the dinner when he shared that joke, because tonight is aptly themed Night of the African Sun. We also said today that the days of the tigers and the dragons are well on their way out. This is the time for Africa, the time for the African lion. And so I say to you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the course of this night, lions and lionesses of Africa, arise and enjoy the sun. You're welcome.
This is one of the most really unwelcome that I've had to listen to. So another round of applause for my madam at the top. Tonight, the Night of the African Sun is sponsored by one huge bank, one of the finest banks in Africa, Diamond Bank. Please, a round of applause for Diamond Bank. That's where I bank. It must be Diamond. If my Oga from Diamond is here, you can check it out. It's the branches at Bode Thomas. But I like bankers, you know. I enjoy this privilege as an actor when I walk into banks and I see bankers recognize me and call me up from a long queue and bring me up to the front. Basoj, come forward. How are you? You want to transact something? I said, yeah. And I give them my check and they say, oh, Basoj, come forward. So where's your ID card? And I go, what's all the recognition about? You just brought me, why do I need to identify myself again? Can't you give me money on face value? I tell, for the benefit of my friend, Leila Home, I tell you a joke, Sanibo joke from the East. You know, when I started out as a filmmaker, I tried to get loan, but it's difficult in Nigeria when you don't have a structure and you don't have records to get loan. So I walked into a bank once to ask for loan, and some Igbo fellow, man from the East, you know, Igbo, the ones who were very committed traders, businessmen who turn over quickly, came into the bank and said to me, and said to the bank manager, I want loan. Bank manager said, what? He said, loan. Bank manager said, you mean loan? He said, yes. He said, well, do you have collateral? And the man said, no, the business is not cool. Of course, this is not a very educated Igbo man. So he said, this is not cool. It's just me. One-man business. The man said, no, collateral. I mean, some sort of security. He said, no security. My place is safe. So the bank manager said, you're not getting me. You need some landed property, like, do you have a land? He said, no, I don't have Mba. But I have good. 10,000, that is what I deal in. I can use that one. You hold it and give me money. And the Igbo man, anywhere you go as far as Iceland, you'll find an Igbo man there. The serious business, serious-minded Nigerians who succeed anywhere. And this is why I am also related to the Igbos. I have brothers there. I'm a businessman. So the bank manager said, okay, you take the money and do business and come, we'll keep the goat. He came back 3 months later with 3 sacks of money. He said, here is the loan you gave me. This is the interest accrued on the loan. This third big sack is my profit. I'm taking it away. The bank manager said, you can't take money. This money is too much. Where are you going to keep it? This is a bank. This is where we keep money for you. It's safe here. Igbo man laughed. He want to keep my money. Do you have collateral? Now I've told you a joke about bankers. Let me tell you a joke about doctors, medical doctors. I said medical doctors are the only people who would offer you their services. And if it doesn't work for you, you can't get a refund. Mr. Harrison called a doctor on a weekend. I have this cough, terrible cough. Can you give me something? He said, well, come over. The man went over. He said, but you have to pay cash. In Nigeria, you pay cash because we don't know. And the man said, pay cash. He said, okay, no problem. But you see, I can't give you cash. I'm a chief, Chief Harrison. I would give you a check, and you can trust me. I'll give you a check. So they gave him this medication. He goes back home. After 7 days, the doctor calls the fellow. Mr. Harrison, I'm sorry to inform you that your check was returned. Mr. Harrison said, don't worry about the check. Even the cough returned. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned earlier that I am half Cross River and half Rivers. And I haven't listened to a Calabar group play in a long time. I have here one of the finest groups in Calabar, Ma Effium Entertainment Theatre of Calabar. Please enjoy this welcome music. A round of applause for them. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for that performance, for the dancers and, of course, the band. At this point, we would like to invite the sponsors of the dinner. It is my honor and privilege to welcome the representative of the GMD of Diamond Bank. He is the Executive Director, Regional Business, South Diamond Bank. I welcome Victor Ezenwoko. Thank you.
His Excellency, unfortunately, is not around yet. We're expecting the wife, Her Excellency, Mrs. Obioma Imoke. Let me write on all other protocols. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to welcome you to the Gala Night of 2013 Roundtable Conference on CSR. The conference, which began in 2011, is gradually evolving into a very important rallying point for corporate organizations concerned about the impact of the activities on the environment and society at large. Diamond Bank's decision to participate in this conference is born out of our desire to collaborate with private organizations and the public sector in the development of our society. As a bank, we have come to the realization that we cannot operate in a vacuum, especially as our core function of stimulating economic growth by lending to businesses has far-reaching implications. We have therefore developed a framework to guide our business activities in a bid to ensure that our actions encompass a tripod made up of people, planet, and profit. We call this the Corporate Sustainability and Responsibility Framework. Now, more than ever, there is a renewed attention on this tripod in carrying out our business processes. This has not unsurprisingly seen responsible corporate organizations take into cognizance the immediate and far-reaching effects of our activities on the environment and marshal out ways of mitigating and or managing its negative effects. While this is applauded, a lot more needs to be done to take us to the promised land. With the caliber of people I see in this hall, and the nature and quality of discussions I had earlier on that took place today, and the issues that will be discussed tomorrow, I have no doubt that we will collectively and are collectively better prepared to make a very reasonable impact. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for your time, and please do enjoy your dinner and be rest assured that Diamond Bank will always support this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And that was from our sponsors. It's a beautiful night. We want to thank you again, and so I ask us to please applaud the gentleman and indeed Diamond Bank. I've just been told that Our Excellency will join us any minute from now. Is the band ready, please? Is the band on standby? I want her to walk in and see that we're enjoying Calabar. So I've asked the band to supply music. And let me see if I can learn a few Azunto steps this night. So the band, please. Music to welcome Her Excellency. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, band, as a mark of honor, please may we just rise and welcome Her Excellency, wife of the Governor of Cross River State. Band, please. Thank you. You may be seated. Her Excellency, Mrs. Obioma Lily Moke, wife of a governor of Cross River State, please a round of applause for Her Excellency. I believe that protocol would allow me to say that you are looking fabulous this evening. Thank you. I would also like to welcome wife of the Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Mrs. Gloria Efiokobam. I welcome also, in Her Excellency's entourage, wife of the Speaker of Cross River State House of Assembly, Mrs. Enei Larry O'Day. Just before your arrival, Your Excellency, I got this entire... I told them they must dance, especially our brothers from Ghana, from the UK, where Sherman, he's been busy taking photographs to make a full album. But we say this is Cross River State. This is a state where we welcome people very warmly. And they've agreed to dance, and they said they were waiting for you. Yes. But Her Excellency would only watch. We have a beautiful band, and of course we have this other band. But we want to also seize this opportunity to honor and share appreciation for all those who have put in so much to make this a success. At this point, you would allow me to invite the only female mentor that I have. I say all this so that if she brings me back next year, the fee will improve. I welcome our CEO, a lead consultant. Please, a round of applause for Ini Onuk to kickstart the presentation.
I'm sure you remember that I have a good mentor. And when my boss increases my money, I will increase yours. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me really great pleasure to see all of you this evening again. It's not an evening of speeches. It's an evening we put together always to appreciate our delegates, our speakers, and to show a bit of appreciation and to share the culture of whichever state and whichever community that we find ourselves doing the AR-CSR. Tonight we are in Cross River State, Calabar, Africa's warmest welcome, and we thought it good to bring the night of the African sun to you, to again reiterate what it is that we've said all morning, that it is time for Africa. It is time for us to see the light that Africa brings, and I hope this evening you will enjoy yourself. The music is good, and I'm ready to boogie down. So I will be going around the table looking for dancing partners. So please, I told you in the morning to bring your dancing shoes. I hope you brought them. I will call Emilia and Aunli, who are two senior consultants with Thistle Praxis, to come and do this, guide the presentations. We don't pay our speakers. We just find a way to ferry them down here for the AR-CSR. And there's no amount of money that we can really pay some of you for the expertise, for the time. Almost all our speakers are top CEOs of top companies. I don't know how many of you have been able to look through the profiles, but these are not, as we say in Nigeria, my people. You know, they're serious-minded people running serious business. Most of them have had to cut short certain trips to just come honor us. And we have something very little. We make sure it's something that is very important and something that is good. It will only add a bit to your luggage, But it's something we know that every time you turn around and every time someone comes to your office or wherever you keep it and look at it, they will definitely ask you where you got it from. So I will just call Emilia and Anwuli to please come and do this. And please, as you accept this little thank you from us, I hope that when we call on you again to say, please come for the AR-CSR, even as a delegate or an observer, you will be willing to come. Thank you so very much.
I have to be careful. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. On behalf of the board, management, and staff of Thistle Practice Consulting, would like to say thank you to our speakers. My CEO has already explained, so I won't make any further comments on that. I'd like to start by inviting one of our esteemed directors to make the first set of presentations. I'd like to invite Mr. Femi Aderibigbe to please come forward.